Hi, everyone. It's Tom Abbott here, author of The Soho Solution and Social Selling. And I'm really excited to have with us today a good friend of mine and a productivity expert, Colin Boyd. Now, the reason why I invited him here today is because all of us as business owners and sales professionals struggle with, getting the most bang for our buck. We struggle with, how to become more productive, how to make the best use of our time and prioritizing and all this kind of stuff. It drives us crazy. Well, Colin Boyd, he runs the Productivity Academy. So I thought, who better to speak on this topic than Colin himself?
It's great to be here, Tom.
So a question that I've got for you, Colin, is why do sales professionals even need this?
I mean, when you think about it, productivity or time management essentially is something that drives sales. If you're not spending time on the activities that really matter, then you're not going to be getting the results. So productivity is essentially, it's almost like the means to the ends. So if you're talking about sales, that's an ends. But the means is actually how you're using your time, where you're putting your priorities. And so often I notice that a lot of the time people who are in sales-driven professions are usually fairly results orientated. They can be quite social. They probably have a fairly high energy and so forth. But a lot of the time what comes with that is that they tend to get distracted a lot. They get shiny thing syndrome. Because they're naturally probably, yeah, absolutely, right? They're naturally kind of high energy people who know they have to step up to their game and stay focused. They'll tend to kind of get focused on the wrong things sometimes. So it's almost like they're swimming against the current. So they've jumped into the water and they're actually swimming kind of the wrong way and they're getting exhausted and they're not really seeing the results. So I guess when I think about productivity, it's about how do you actually swim with the current so that you actually move and get the results that you want, so that you actually work on the means that's going to get you the end result.
What do you find are some of the challenges that a lot of people have around being more productive?
When I did some research around this, and I did a big research project, and essentially one of the biggest things that came out was that people are consistently getting distracted. And I know that's not new information, but one of the challenges is that a lot of the time productivity experts will talk about you've got to get focused, but they don't actually show you how to get focused. So one of the tools that I like to help people with is essentially a way in which you can actually get focused. And I call it the structure of focus. Essentially, it's the anatomy of what creates focus, because focus is where you get your deep work done. What I mean by deep work, it's the significant work. It's the stuff that really makes a difference long term. So do you want me to explain what the structure of focus is?
Yeah, I think our viewers would love to know what's that structure, because like you say, we all know, oh yeah, get focused. Great. What does it mean and how do I do it? So this would be great.
Yeah, so I've built this based around the neuroscience of the brain. So what we know about the brain is three things. We know a whole lot more than three, but these are three core things that relate to our productivity. Is that our brain is essentially designed to process one complex task at a time, only one. It is designed to be distracted. So in other words, it's designed to notice things in our peripheral environment so that we don't actually, it's designed to notice things in our peripheral environment to actually keep us alive. So you think like, prehistoric days, it was the saber-toothed tiger that was going to jump out and kill us. But now that saber-toothed tiger is the email pop-up, the mobile phone and so forth. So our brain is designed to be distracted, and also it's only got very limited processing capacity, or limited juice, you would say. There's a part of our brain called the prefrontal cortex, and you can, essentially from the studies, they say that you can actually exhaust this part of your brain within 20 minutes to about an hour of really focused work. So these three limitations, I guess, that we have on the brain help me to create this, the structure of focus. So the structure of focus works like this. First of all, you need a clear, important task. So it needs to be really specific. So that's kind of the first core element. And what I mean by that is, so often we sit down maybe at our computers and we're not really clear on the key tasks we want to focus on. And our brain wants to work with us. In other words, it's actually designed as well to focus on a goal. There's a part of our brain called the reticular activation system. It's like the goal-setting part of our brain. and it wants a specific outcome. And if you don't set it a specific outcome, it will get distracted by another outcome, whether that be Facebook or, or something that, not that Facebook's bad, but if you're not supposed to be on Facebook at that particular time,
right, then,
it's a distraction. So the first element, I guess, is a clear task. The second element is actually a set time frame. Because so often we sit down and we think, I've got 8 hours today. But if you think about it from the sense of, no, I've only got like 50 minutes or I've only got 30 minutes, you actually get really a lot more focused. So you have a structured time frame, a set time frame. And the third element is a distraction-free environment. So as much as you can, you reduce the distractions because we know our brain was designed to be distracted. And essentially what this does is, from a practical sense, it's literally you grab your iPhone or your smartphone, you set a timer, you reduce your distractions, and you have a really specific task that's going to be significant and make a big difference. And what this does is it helps you to get focused. It helps you to get into flow so that you're actually doing the task for a good period of time. You get immersed in the task, and it creates a level of hustle around a task as well. Right. So they're the three elements: is clear task, fixed time frame that has an alarm that goes off once you finish that time frame, and a distraction-free environment, or as much as you can reduce distraction.
Can you leave us with like one, solid tip on, what can we implement right away to get started on becoming more productive?
Yeah, well, I've got something that, if you drill down your productivity, a lot of it comes back down to your daily habits. And it's not so much a tip as it is a tool that I wanted to give people who are listening. And it's a free tool. And really what it is I've called it the Daily Output Booster. So it's really a one-page cheat sheet so that you maximize your day, essentially. So, in the programs that I teach, we go into really long-range planning and quarters and so forth. But I think it starts with a day. So, so I guess the tip or the tool would be to use this Daily Output Booster, give it a go for 5 days, and you'll be amazed at the focus, the leverage, the intensity that you get out of this from using the Daily Output Booster.
And what's like one thing that the Daily Output Booster is gonna focus on or do for you?
So this pushes you to think hard once at the start of your day and gets you into a routine of prioritizing effectively. And then it's got room for notes and things like that you can transfer into the next day. But it's just a really nice, clean process to have a big picture idea and then to drill down into specific tasks and the action steps you need to take. And the great thing about the tool and the process is that it makes you feel like you're making progress. Because I don't know about you, have you ever finished a day and you're busy, but you're not sure what you got done? It was a bit of a whirlwind.
And was it important work, right?
Yeah, was it important work? Where this tool helps you to mark that off and move through that process.
Where can people get this tool?
So you can grab it if you go to my website, which is it's colinboyd.com.au, and it's /DOB, which stands for Daily Output Booster.
Right, colinboyd.com.au/DOB, Daily Output Booster. Thanks so much, Colin, for joining us. It's been a real pleasure. For everyone out there who wants to learn more about becoming more productive and how to dominate your daily productivity and get more done in less time and make sure that stuff is the important stuff, please check out my mate, Colin Boyd. He'll help you out. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. And Colin, thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's been a pleasure, Tom. Thanks, guys.
Bye.